are you providing solutions to people?
Now you are mixing two things. Two things. There is a disaster. That's one thing. It must be addressed as such, and there are workers who are part of the Tegeta group, which is in the rescue plan. That is a different issue. Once you mix them, you will not find solutions of any.
Okay, let's now focus back to the trafficking. How are you going to find solution on that?
No, you can't find solution on theft.
I mean, removing the people underground, because it seems as if the mine is still struggling to do that.
No, mines in the area are working together to get the bodies out. Because if we don't get those bodies out, it means we'll have to close Gloria forever. Because the order that you'll find when you go and mine in Gloria shaft will keep you away. There will be no mine. So those bodies must be taken out so that you create the future mining activity in Gloria shaft.
But now, I understand you, Minister. These workers are saying you responded immediately after the tragedy to say now you want to assist, but they've been hungry for many months. No,
you're being mischievous. You're being mischievous as a journalist. Let me tell you how. When there's an accident and there's death, what do? Do you wait for 3 months to attend to it? Would you love that if you had a family member who dies today and say, we'll wait for 3 months before I attend to that? Death doesn't give you notice. It doesn't write to you. Once it happens, you deal with that. It's an accident. It's a criminal activity to what that they were doing. But now human beings have died. You deal with that. You take it out of the way to create space to deal with the problem of rescue of the optimum mines.
Minister, do you think the mine has been speedily, especially when it comes to recovering the people underground? Because it's been 10 days now and they have not brought anybody to the surface.
They brought 5.
Yes, but those 5 they brought to the surface, but yes, the others have not been brought to the surface. Yes. Obviously, it's taking forever. The families are concerned.
Let me take you just a few months back. In a year called 1986, a mine across here called Kinross Mine killed 177 people in one day. That's what methane gas does. Okay, that's what methane gas does. If you are going to take those bodies out of here, it is always important to monitor methane gas levels. If you don't do that, you are going to kill more people. So, as you have ventilation stopped, methane gas builds, and many of the fumable gases build up. The first problem is to resolve them, then take the bodies out.
Are you satisfied with the mine not being able to protect around the area so that it doesn't allow illegal miners to come into the area?
No, I'm not happy. Not only about that, I'm not happy about actually, when I talked in Parliament 2 days ago, I said the slowness of the rescue practitioners is making us pay this price. Because if that process, which is more than a year now, was completed in December, as we're having hope, I can tell you that we would not have paid this price. We paid this price as a consequence of the business rescue practitioners moving slow in resolving the optimum issue. And what is important, they must move with the necessary speed, resolve the optimum rescue. If they don't, we're going to pay many more prices.
Minister.
Yes.
My question would be, when are the business rescue practitioners coming to you with a proper detailed progress report, how far they are, and have you found a buyer for these mines in order to resuscitate economic empowerment to these communities here and to avoid another tragedy of people or illegal miners dying in this field?
Business rescue practitioners everywhere are governed by a penal legislation which is not falling under mining. So business rescue practitioners don't fall under mining. They are under a different legislation, more justice than mining, by the way. Okay. So a business rescue practitioner, whether he's rescuing a ShopRite checkers or a mine or a factory, they are guided by the same rules. That's why the slowness, the best I can do is to go to Minister Masood and say, but this thing, here rescue practitioners, is moving very slow. And some of them, they create impressions that they are slow because they are paid on terms of time they spend on a case. And I think that is a problem. It's not a mining problem. It's a legislative problem that governs business rescue practitioners.
Have you gone to Minister Masuta, and what has he said?
I've been talking to all of them, including Peggy Kele, Minister Peggy Kele. Mining, illegal mining, is costing the industry dearly. You know, in 2018, the report we had last was that gold theft alone costed the country 41 billion rand. That's a huge amount to be allowed to go on. So that debate is on the table. We must pull all the departments that are necessary to come together, work and fight this scourge.
Minister, just to abuse you.
Don't abuse me.
I know Natuzofunu.
No,
I'm not going to ask ANC things.
Don't abuse me.
Sibanye Stillwaters is retrenching about 5,000 to 6,000 workers. Illegal miners.
We're dealing with that issue. We issued a statement yesterday. We're responding to that. Don't mix visitors and abavagash.
Now, Minister, have you maybe got the updates from the mine management or the rescue practitioners as to are they winning the battle underground, or what? How many days we should wait up until these people are rescued underground?
No. You know, when you put days instead of putting tasks, you are putting yourself up for a failure. For example, to restore the ventilation, estimated 3 or 4 days. That is an estimate. That's an estimate. But the work must continue. We must try to get those bodies. We must reduce the fumable gases underground. That is the only solution that will give us space to take out those bodies.
What can you say to them with this kind of a problem that is escalating going forward?
The rescue practitioners are dealing with that issue. They are governed by different legislation. They are not a DMR team. By the way, among those rescue practitioners, 2 of them are appointed by the union. Okay, because the union has a right to represent creditors. They have appointed 2 rescue practitioners. So the DMR can't run the rescue practitioners. They're not part of the DMR team.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay.
The last one, Mr. The last one. No. Are you happy at the state of security in this mine?
No, there's no security here.
So what are you going to do, Minister? How are you going to make sure that
there's no security?
What response have they given you? What accountability is there?
There is no security here. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Google security.
The Mineral Resources Minister, Gwede Mantashe, there, he's out at Gloria Mine. And of course, there are 2 issues that the Minister really needs to respond to there. They still have about 13 bodies that remain underground as a result of that gas explosion. And we have Zama-Zamas, as they popularly known in South Africa, that of course were trapped underground there following a gas explosion. So as it stands, yesterday, 6 bodies were brought to the surface. Now, efforts being made to recover the other bodies. The other issue, of course, is the state of that mine. The reason it is abandoned is due to a sequestration order that is taking place. Of course, the business rescue involving the Optimum mines, Gloria Mine being one of those that's affected. And as it stands, no clear way forward. You have workers that have been there that have been unpaid for 3 months. And so when that gas explosion took place, there was also cable theft that hit the area, and that led to electricity cuts, and it delayed the rescue operations. But at the same time, you also had workers who were saying that they can't be involved in the rescue process because they haven't been paid, and they were trying to negotiate with authorities. But it seems today that the minister says that issue of unpaid workers should be kept aside while they respond to what he's described as as the crisis of having to recover those bodies that are underground. And so for now, that's what the focus will be on. Samkele Maseko is out at Gloria Mine for us.